around. Usually it's him getting stopped, you know?
Yeah.
I'm walking around, it's in the grocery store, and I'm like picking up, getting groceries. And this girl's like, "Are you killing the squid?" And me and Kyle just started laughing so hard. Like,
good morning and welcome to Coffee with Tara. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today I have special guest Tyler Gill, the one and only. Someone I've known since high school. You guys, he's known me like forever, since like I was toe up from the flow up, like busted, like I thought I was so cool. Then I look at pictures and I'm totally grossed out. But anyways, Tyler, I wanted to have him on here because he's very inspirational. He's always been a go-getter and someone who's gone after what he wants, from being a businessman to doing music in the past to doing sports talk on 1060 radio. You know, he's always been someone to go hard. So I've known you always to be a jokester, someone who can make anyone laugh, like regardless where we are. Where did that come from? Where did you get that quality?
I definitely would have to say it's from my dad growing up, because he was the type of person who would always joke around or always do anything at any expense to get a laugh. Like walk into a store and pick up a noodle or something and hit someone with it and think it's funny. Or I remember one time we were at a Diamondbacks game and like he had a napkin and he like did a wind up in a pitch and like threw a napkin and it ended up like hitting someone. It was just and people are turning around looking for it. It's like it's a grown man doing this.
Yeah.
You know? He's crazy, but or was crazy.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was. But that's where I get that from. Probably like the no boundaries or no limit. Just from there, you know, live your life, have fun, and nothing's too serious.
Yeah, and I admire that about you, just like being around you, like it just rubs off your energy and stuff like that. It's super cool.
Absolutely.
So do you feel like your father was somebody who played an important role in your life?
Absolutely, yeah. My dad, he actually passed away 2013, but everything, it's okay. It's something you learn you get a great deal of growth in yourself when something like that happens.
Yeah.
You really learn what life's about, and you really learn where you're at with things. But as far as like him making me the person I was, or as far as being, you know, rambunctious or fun or like the personality, that definitely comes from him. Like I'm a spitting image of my dad for sure.
Yeah.
And growing up around him, I mean, he was always really in tune with making sure I got what I want in my life, to make sure that I had the things I wanted to be happy.
Wow.
And I think that's important too, you know, have a good friendship, a good relationship with your parents growing up. It makes your childhood fun.
I agree with that. Like me and my family, we're super close. Like we do everything together and we're just like fun and funny and we just
I see you guys. I'm definitely envious of what you have, because I don't have the whole like let's all put a onesie on and get together and on Christmas and have dance offs in the house. You guys have fun here. You guys are lit for real. You got the Swans are lit. Like I know that. Every time I'm like, there's like a family outing as Tar Swans. Like, all right, what are we gonna see on the Snapchat today?
It's just fun. Like
cool.
I can relate to you. Like it's just good to have like a good time in life and not take it so serious because it's so short. So I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, 100%.
So what's something that motivates you in life? What causes Tyler to wake up every morning and to go hard?
I think just the untapped potential that I know I have, of just meeting what I want to go get, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people get kind of boxed or like put in this like thought that they can't get what they want or they can't do what they want because of resources or because of people, or they have an excuse. Everybody has a reason as to why they can't get where they want to get.
I do that sometimes.
Everybody does. It's human nature. It really is. And it's tough. It's not easy to and they're not excuses. It's logic. It really is logic. But if you really want to get to that next level, it's an excuse.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just the fact of the situation. And I don't know. I feel like you guys kind of find a way to take a hump and get over that. So like what motivates me is just knowing that there's more to get, you know what I mean? Or there's more to accomplish. Like I sat back and I realized the other day that, you know, I just in the past year and a half or 2 years on my own, I've gone to like Pittsburgh, I've gone to Seattle, you know, I bought a car.
You've been like jet set,
five Dallas Cowboy games. So I just, it's been a great year, and you know, but it's just like, I still feel like there's so much more, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's more to go see. More to do, more to capture, more connections to meet, more networking, and it's exciting waking up when you can do that for yourself. You know, you're not doing it for someone else, and I've just recently experienced that the past couple of weeks, so it's cool.
That's awesome. So what is something that you have now that you never thought you would?
What I have now that I never thought I would. God, that's a really good question.
And it doesn't even need to be like an object or anything.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it is. I was gonna say it's definitely not an object. I think it's a form of maturity. More so like I said, after like my dad passed away, I really realized like everything slowed down for me, and you kind of really like reevaluate what's life's purpose. Why are we here? And even in times like that, I mean, it's where your faith comes out strongest in whatever higher power you believe in. And I really had to just kind of buckle down in this situation, and you find yourself. So everything slowed down. I don't think I really had that perspective before that of like getting mad at things that you're not supposed to get mad at, or holding grudges. Like I know tons of people in this world that I work with, that I even know on a day-to-day basis, that will hold grudge because you took a drink out of their fridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, or like a roommate who like, oh, like you took my last cheese stick or something stupid. You know what I mean? And then like there's a grudge. Like I don't do that at all. So I think I've gotten a lot better at just not judging situations or judging people. And I think I used to really honestly look at things and kind of just thought I knew everything. I thought I could look at it and like I know what that is, but when you really like actually can go through things and go through it in an open mind and know that you haven't experienced it, that you haven't done it, and just slow down and enjoy every moment, and I think that's something I've gotten better at, is just slowing down.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So where do you go to find peace? Like I know you're busy, and now you have like a new company you're starting. Like I know you do screen printing and web design and all this stuff. When do you find time to just unwind and like find peace?
It was Sundays. I loved watch my Cowboys play. I guess what I do every Sunday. But I really do. Sunday's the one day out of the week that I'm a religious person. I'm a Christian. I should probably be better about going to church. I'm one of those people that you see in there probably 2 times a month, and then the pastor's always like, "Oh, we missed you last Sunday."
And you're like,
"Yeah, exactly." That's me. But the way I do look at it is, I'm happy I do at least get there when I do get there. And my relationship could always be better, stronger with God. But
I love that you say that. Like you're just so real and open, because there's a lot of people that relate to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's life's biggest struggle for people, is transparency.
Yeah.
And if you can learn how to take away all of the like sugar-coated stuff that you tell people and just get straight to what the actual point is, life is so much easier. Like, like when I was late coming over here, I was just telling you like my situation and where I'm at, rather than like leaving it up in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's little things like that make life easier.
Yeah.
And if you can treat yourself or teach yourself to do those things and be specific and straight to the point, it makes things a lot easier. Some people can't handle it though, because you are straight to the point and they don't like it.
Yeah.
They want you to.
I'd rather have someone who's like straight to the point around me than someone who just tells me what I want to hear. Like it's something about people that can just be so authentic and real. It's just like it draws you in. You want to be around them.
And that's like we kind of talked about this earlier, offset, but just making sure that like you're the same person around, no matter like who it is. That like if you're arrogant, if you're smart, if you're cocky, like regardless of what you are, be that to everybody. You know what I mean? Don't be like in business, there's something called the waiter rule. And the reason that people go out to business meals or they eat with people is because they want to see how the person they're having dinner with treats the waiter.
Oh, that's good.
Because if they're like, "God, this lady over here, talking a bunch of junk and saying bad things," you know what I mean? They know that this person's real core values towards the waiter is the type of person they are. Whereas if they're at the business and they're like, "Oh, hey, sweetie, can you get me this?" So, God, she's doing a good job. She's managing 10 tables. You really know what type of person you're dealing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
good.
it's
That's really important to remember too, especially like if we are, I don't know, a leader. Like people look up to us, and then you're just one way this way, and then one way the other way. Like people aren't going to relate to that,
No, you have to have a common ground and knowing what type of person I am. And I'm confident that if you put 10 people in a room and you just said like, give me 3 sentences or a sentence about, Tyler Gill, like you're going to have the same qualities from all 10 people, you know what I mean? So
that's dope.
And I'm just trying to get better at that, because I'm still not where I want to be, you know what I mean? I still am fake or one-sided in certain situations. Like it's a human trait that everybody has. And America's probably worse at it than any other nation. And it's just something that we could all get better at. So
that's good. So what is something about you that most people don't know, or it would surprise them?
Something that most people don't know about me. I'm a mama's boy.
Oh, mama's boy. Okay.
Mama's boy, for sure. I think like I have like, I don't know, maybe some people could see that though, because I'm like,
I would have never thought that.
No, really? Okay. Because like on the front end, I'm like kind of this like loud, like all over the place,
yes.
and like
aggressive.
Boy, you know, I'm boisterous. I'm just like I have a vibrant personality. Like I know how to chill and sit down and be quiet and watch a movie and do those things. But like my everyday, my day to day, I'm vibrant. I'm up. Like I'm excited. Like that's just the type of person I am. But yeah, like I'm a mama's boy for sure. Like every Christmas, love like going to holidays, or even sometimes it's not holidays. Like I'll just go over to my mom's house and I'll end up taking like a 2 or 3 hour nap just because like it's mom's house. You know what I mean?
Be good to your mom.
Be good to your moms. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's something that probably a lot of people wouldn't guess right off the forefront.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
Yeah.
So we all have had our experiences of bad dates where you like want to like say you have to go to the bathroom and leave, or just like dip. Have you ever been on a date that was just like unbearable?
An unbearable date. Yeah, I have actually. It was a God. It's funny you bring that up. So there was a situation where it was a Tinder date. And
that's what's up.
Actually, I'll be honest, it wasn't a date. It was more of like
you knew what. Yeah.
So, but what happened was I didn't like necessarily get like catfished, but like I kind of got catfished.
The picture was from like 10 years ago.
I worked 3:30 to midnight at GoDaddy. I was coming home and I'm driving home. Freeway's dead, so I'm swiping.
Yeah.
I hit a swipe, I get a like, okay, whatever. I send a message, what's up? And I asked if she wanted to come over, and I was like, oh yeah, I can come over, like the whole like Netflix and chill thing. And I'm a smoker, so and I asked her if she smokes, and she said yeah. So she wanted to come over, and we were gonna smoke and watch a movie. So she got there, and then when she got there, like just appearance was completely different than.
Oh my god.
Like I'm like night and day difference. It wasn't like a little
like
bit.
It wasn't even her.
Yeah, and like I mean, it's not like I have a problem with like bigger women in general or anything like that, or oh, she doesn't look how like she did in that picture, but it was just like it was dishonest. It was dishonest. It wasn't like. It wasn't to the point where it was cool. It was bad. So like the minute to the point where like the minute she got out of the car, I was like, what the heck? Like, you know what I mean? So and I had already put in a plan to kind of like have the night go through, and like I knew I was about to get some and all this, and so she came in and we smoked, and I'm sitting here thinking like, how am I gonna get?
How can I leave?
It's my house. You know what I mean? So
I
finally we smoked, and then I remember telling her like, oh, like I really don't feel good. Like I need my space. And she like wouldn't leave, and then finally I was like, well, I'm gonna go. Like I need to go lay down. Like I don't feel good. So she like didn't catch the hint. Like followed me into my room, and she like started like tickling my back, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to like. I pretty much just like forced her out, and then she left. And then
no, that's a horrible.
Yeah, she was texting me, and then actually I've never used Tinder since.
Oh.
I'll be 100% honest.
You guys take notes.
Yeah, don't use that. And at the end of the day too, like I'm way too much of a like people person. I have way too many connections and networking to even to date on Tinder.
Yeah.
So
you're way
like,
too good for that.
I know that too, and like I'm not saying like you're bad if you use Tinder, but at the same time, that's my bad date experience for sure.
That was funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, have you ever experienced failure?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think everybody goes through it. I think the biggest like roadblock I had when I was fresh out of high school, I started a job at a company called ICE, and they sold is International Cruise and Excursions, and they sold timeshare programs and like cruise exchange programs. Yeah. And I made like retarded money, and I was like 19.
Yeah. And
I was making like $4,000 to $7,000 a month after taxes, and I was like fresh out of high school. You know what I mean? So I'm over here making more money than people's parents. Like, and I'm 19. I can't go to the club yet. Like I'm over here like, and I had a situation with them where my employment got put on like a pause for like a situation they were reviewing. It was like me and like 20 other people, and I got big headed and was like, I don't need you guys, and I left.
Yeah.
And,
oh, wow.
and I had a good job, you know, I was making good money.
Yeah.
And I just kind of lived off my savings, and I just thought I was like, I had it all. Like I thought I was just like a baller, you know? And and I got humbled really quick. So I remember coming down to like the last like $1,500 in my bank account. I had like a car payment due, I had rent, and I was like, damn, like I don't have any money left, and like I didn't have a good job. And I went and worked at this other place. It was called Datasphere, and Datasphere is like it was a cool job. Like it was like, but it was more of like a high school elective for real. Like you could show up and like have a lot of fun and still kind of get by and be successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like the money I made there was kind of just to pay my bills. But like I lived this lifestyle while I was there for like a year of just like barely paying my bills, barely getting by, like doing the Mill Avenue thing, like going out and drinking and like, and it was just. I think that point in my life, like I failed for real, because like I had like a platform and a financial like
good job,
and I had a process built, and I had a lifestyle built, and then I turned 21 and I really did the 21 thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in all reality, if you have a good platform or something good going for you, you got to skip over the 21 thing. Like you can do the 21 thing. There's people who are 26 that still do the 21 thing. You know what I mean? 27. There's guys, women that are 30, 35 that still do the 21 thing.
Yeah.
And when I say that, that's the whole just like the lifestyle is getting to the weekend and partying. You know what I mean? And you can't so I really did fail for real, you know?
Yeah.
And
something that stuck with me that you said is like when you do have stuff going for you, you can't just do that. And like when you have purpose and a calling, like yeah, you want to have fun, but sometimes like you have to focus and get serious.
And it's okay to go out and have fun and do stuff, but like my mindset changed because when I got over to GoDaddy and I started kind of building myself back up, I was like, let's go hard, like as hard as we can, and let's spend our money and party in different states. Let's go let's go to a Dallas Cowboys game in Dallas, like every time we want to. Like let's go to California, let's go to the beach, let's go to LA, like let's go to Pittsburgh and watch baseball, let's go to Seattle and watch baseball. And like I got people around me that are just as hungry as me too. So that's what's important too. Like people forget that even if you grew up with someone, it could be a family member, someone you're married to, you've been with, whatever it is, if their wants and needs or hunger for what you want in life isn't the same, it's going to take you that much further from where you're trying to go.
Wow, that's real.
You know, and you're never going to be able to do it. Like you could be an MMA fighter, you could be an athlete, an aspiring cooker, you know, you're running a blog, whatever you do, you know, they got to be for it or want it just as bad as you do. And
that's true.
I keep people around me who want the same things in life as me, you know, and I've lost a lot of people along the way who aren't, you know, people who want to keep up to that standard. And
absolutely.
you lose people you grew up with, you lose family members, you lose friends, but you have a choice to make at the end of the day, and it's for you. So
absolutely. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this segment so far. We will be right back. Welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Over the break, me and Tyler were just talking about like comfort zones and how that can be like a dream killer. Do you want to share with them what your friend told you about comfort zones and getting too comfortable with where you are in life?
Absolutely. So I had a friend or a mentor kind of in my like early business stages, like right after high school. I was like 19 years old or so. And his name's Matt Rowley, and what he told me is comfort's a killer. And the like gist of the saying or the conversation is if you get too comfortable in a situation, you're not going to be able to grow. And recently I just put in my 2 weeks at GoDaddy. My last day will be Tuesday, this next coming week. I've been there for 3 years.
Wow.
And the reason I left is because I was comfortable. And as I was kind of explaining to you, I had done the leadership role. I was a supervisor there. I stepped back down and went to sales, and then when I went back into sales, I mean, you're making great money. Like you do have potential to make 6 figures a year on the phone there. But I realized like I'm going to work every day. I'm doing the same exact job as if I was like a garbage man. You know, going to pick up garbage, empty it, you know, take it to the dump it, and then you know go hit your route again, or like a paper boy. It's just like it's monotony, you know. And I realized that in a situation like that, like I'm not growing. I'm making a paycheck, but I'm not like doing something more for myself. So I put my 2 weeks in and I'm going to a startup company to try to get bigger than that, you know, try to create the next GoDaddy, if you will, you know. So it's not comfortable by any means. It's uncomfortable, but in a good way. Uncomfortable as far as like what makes me hungry or motivates me and why I want to get up and try to make things work. And that's any situation really.
And that takes a lot of faith. Like I'm kind of at a stage where, you know, I want to like strengthen my faith and be able to do that and go after my purpose that God's put in my heart. But it's still like getting that mindset, like what happens, like if I don't succeed, like what is your advice for someone who might be scared of failure or they're having that doubt, what if I don't succeed?
It's the same thing kind of like I talked about like earlier. People always have like an excuse of why they can't do things.
Yeah.
Just go do it. Like, you know, like if you have something like you want to do, like instead of just like talking about it, like just do it. Like I like for example, like a vacation, like I would like instead of like saying like, oh, I'm thinking like I'm gonna try to see if I can get enough money like this month to try to go to Dallas next month to watch a game.
Yeah.
I would say I'm going to Dallas next month. Like I'm gonna go to that game, and like I'd make it happen. I don't know how, but I'd make it happen. And that goes for life too, though. Like if you have like that like reserved feeling or like that tight feeling in your gut around something, like oh, I want to do this, but something tells me I don't know. Like if you just do stuff, like you're like every time you do something, whether it's like you're in a bad relationship and you break up with someone, or you cut off a bad business partner, or you move on. Once you finally do that, you go, why didn't I do that a long time ago? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like if you just live your life like that and just do it, you'll never have to have that moment. Your whole life will be, you feel me? Like, so I don't know. I just like if the advice is just do it. Just try doing it instead of thinking about like all the bad things that could happen. Stop being a pessimist and be optimist. Like just go do it. It'll work.
Wow, that's good. I love that. So Tyler, Gill, what do you think is your best quality?
Positive energy, for real. Like I think just being able to come places and like making sure that there's an upbeat environment or an upbeat feel to whatever I'm in or whatever I'm doing, whether it's business, a party, fun, whatever it is. The world runs off energy and vibes. You know, you can't be in a place and successfully get where you want to go in a negative environment. So I think my best thing is just bringing energy, lots of energy to whatever situation I'm in.
What do you feel like is your biggest flaw?
My biggest flaw that I need to work on, and I said this earlier, is just overreacting, slowing down, not jumping to the conclusion on things so quick.
Yeah.
It could be anything from relationships to, you know, business to how I want to proceed with a workout routine or whatever it is. Just I just need to slow down, you know. And I think that I overreact to a lot of situations or do things on impulse.
Yeah.
As much as I say go do it, you know what I mean, and I say like get out there and make sure you have it happen, you have to be strategic about it and you have to be smart about it.
Yeah.
And you can still make those decisions, but sometimes you got to slow down to make them.
That's good. That's really good.
That's what I need to work on and get better at, is not overreacting and always being more genuine too, you know. Just being more pure as a person and transparent and not being dishonest about anything. I mean, those are all things that you never stop working on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's hard, but it's something that we can all work on.
Yeah, absolutely. So has there been something that someone's ever said to you that has stuck with you forever? It could be like offensive or just something that you really remember and that caused you to be better.
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, I was in a relationship for a little over a year and a half, and it was a great time, you know, great love, everything like that. But on the fallout of it, you know, I remember just going through situations with my ex where there was a lot of bad things that were said back and forth. Like I don't necessarily need to repeat them word for word.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, some of it obviously is harsh because of like there's all these emotions and feelings behind it. But in situations like that, it's kind of like drunk words or sober thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I heard a lot of things that she said to me that really hurt, and I think the reason they hurt was because they were probably a little bit true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were things like just things like dishonesty. Like I wasn't dishonest or disloyal in a way where I was like cheating or anything, but like, just dumb little white lies that just don't really matter. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's little stuff like that can really throw a big situation off. You know. So
do you feel like her saying that caused you to like want to be better, want to change that?
Yeah, and I mean there was things that other just farther than that. Like it was kind of a mutual agreement to go our separate ways because of just things that we had going on. I mean, I definitely tried to times where I tried to go back and we tried to redo the whole is it gonna work thing, and it doesn't, because that's part of it. But I mean, when you hear things just about like your actual self or your character that question you as a person, and you just like you and I just talked about being a people pleaser and wanting to make sure that like everyone's good, and like that's hard. Like that's hard to make sure everybody you run like across is okay. And like even like your worst enemies, like people that like that hate you so much. I don't know if you have any of those people because you're a godchild. Me, I got plenty of them. But I still wish them I still wish them well. Like I wish them the best, and I wish that they're okay. And I don't think a lot of people really have that heart or that soul. So it's tough to be in a relationship that ends and hear negative, bad things about yourself and reflect and realize that some of it might be a little bit overboard because of the situation, but like the heart of the message is true.
That's true. That's really good.
So definitely stuck with me, and there's like some of the like specific phrases or things that stuck with me, and they're things that I know like my dad did growing up, and the stuff that I saw in him that I didn't like, and things that I'm aware of that me and my mom have communicated that he did that we weren't a fan of growing up, that hindered us in one way or the next. And like that's just a part of me, and I have to find a way to weed those things out of me and my personality and the ways I do things to become
that's like
better.
Maturity. That's like true maturity. So this next part, you're gonna fill in the blanks. It's I am blank, I have blank, and I want blank. I am grateful. That's good. I have. So I am grateful. I have a great support system. And I want. I want to get better. That's good. I like that. I think anybody, like I said, who's comfortable or doesn't wake up with a purpose or that dream or that aspiration to go be an astronaut or start their own business or be an athlete, whatever they say to the kids growing up. You don't keep that fire and you're done. That's good. So what is something you want the world to remember about Tyler Gill when you leave this earth? I want everyone to say the same thing about me. Like that's really like my end goal. Like that's like what I want them to all just remember me as somebody who, like I said, was just the life of the party. Somebody who just the pulse of whatever's going on. I was the center too. And I don't want that to be because I feel like I need to be this big person who conquered everything, but it means a lot to me to be the heart and soul of so many different things. You know what I mean? And I know when I go into situations and I'm appreciated, I walked into the startup business, I felt immediate appreciation and love because they gave me percentages of ownership and they want my opinion and they want it's pretty much hey, this is my business, run it for me. You know what I mean? And that takes a lot of swallowing your pride from their point of view. To be hey, this has been my baby for a year and a half, but I know you can do it better. Do it for me. And to have someone you know what I mean, or believe in you,
or to be able to help. Not even do it better, but just be able to do this part better for me. You know what I mean? And it's just it's crazy when people show faith in you and you realize that you're the center being of that. Or I go over to another situation and it's the same way, and people are always making sure you're good or concerned because you have something going on. So that's good. So this next part, what we are going to do is play a game. So Tyler is a sports fan of the Cowboys. Ew. No, I'm just kidding. what kind of questions? What if I start getting them wrong and make me look bad?
If you get them wrong, you need to leave. No, I'm just kidding.
We're done.
So I have a couple questions. We're going to see how many you know, okay? Are you ready? Alrighty, you're going to get 20 seconds.
Oh no.
Yes. Dun dun dun. Alrighty, you ready?
Yep.
Who would you rather have as a quarterback? Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Would I rather have as a quarterback? Yeah, this is actually a debate I had like on my Facebook post, and people were literally going crazy on it. I gotta go with Tom Brady.
Okay, that's what's up. Shout outs to all the inflated footballs.
Hey man, they pumped them footballs all the way up this year. He's in the Super Bowl again.
True.
And he's there with the vengeance too. And he's got a gorgeous wife and a bunch of Super Bowl rings. Tom Brady or Justin Bieber, your life's alright.
Cool. Okay. What were NFL players required to wear in games for the first time in 1943?
Ooh, helmets?
Yep. Alright. The Dallas Cowboys do not play in Dallas, but in which Texas city?
Arlington.
What? Okay, I see you. Alrighty. What is the Cowboys logo on their helmets?
I don't know, could you tell me?
Oh my gosh! Get that out of here. Okay. His Cowboys receiver was drafted from Oklahoma State.
That's right.
What? You're weird. How did you know that? Guys, I had to Google all these because I had no idea. Which team did Emmitt Smith retire with?
Dallas Cowboys.
Yep. Who has the most wins as a head coach in the NFL? Is it George Halas, Curly Limbo, Tom Landry, or Don Shula?
God, you might stump me on this one. It's Shula or Landry. I'm gonna go with Shula.
You got it?
Yeah.
You're right. Who is the last non-quarterback to win NFL MVP? Is it Sean Alexander, Ray Lewis, Adrian Peterson, or LaDainian Tomlinson?
Adrian Peterson?
Yep.
Okay.
You're really good at this. I tried to find the hardest answers possible. This state has produced more Pro Football Hall of Famers than any other state.
That's gotta be Texas.
California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, or Texas?
Is it Texas?
Nope.
So what were the states again?
California, Ohio, Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's Cali. No?
Yeah. Pennsylvania. Isn't that weird?
Really?
Yes, it's Pennsylvania. I had to like double check
that was my fourth answer. Dude.
Yeah.
You got me on that one. Pennsylvania.
Alrighty, so what's next for Tyler?
What's next for me? Well, I do have a show that's coming up March 2nd, and it's actually at Martini Ranch. It's Sincerely Collins Mini YB, and there's going to be a lot of other artists that are added to it. It's sponsored by the Hamptons, which is a local clothing company in Arizona. It's actually the people I'm working with and for in my next venture for business. But here's 2 tickets for you.
What?
And
I'm excited.
yeah,
I will be there.
Yeah, come on out. You can,
cool.
and if you need more people, let me know. I got you. I just brought 2. But
Thank you.
that's what's immediately next. Is I got that, and just trying to grow. You know, I think there's a lot of opportunity out there for somebody who wants to go get it. I'm someone who wants to go get it. So I don't know what's next. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat for dinner.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice for any maybe like new Christians or someone who's just like they feel like they're not good enough, or you know they come to church and they're just like, what am I doing here? I never could be.
Yeah. I think a lot of people probably, because they weren't raised on it. I think like religion, like it's anytime you see someone doing something different,
yeah,
you don't know how to react to it. So I think sometimes like the hands in the air, like praising Lord or speaking out, like they're not used to seeing that.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it makes them uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because they don't know how to act like that or know how to do that.
Yeah.
So like I just suggest to anybody who knows there's a higher power there, whether you believe in God or like you just believe in an energy or a spirit or whatever it is, to like just take baby steps into it and like just gradually get yourself there. Like if you aren't comfortable going to church and that's not working, like don't give up. Go try a different church. You know, go
That's
try.
Really good.
Try.
A lot of people do give up on that.
And like I mean, I'm like everybody's different how they do things, but I've gone to churches that are a little overwhelming because me personally, I'm not somebody who likes to have the Bible like really pounded into my head. It's just not my form of religion. I'm more of like, how does the Bible relate to life and life experiences? So my church that I go to Christ of Life Church on Warner and Rural, and the pastor there Pastor Phil, he does a really good job of just really relating the Bible and what happened to like today's day and age, and like how it's important to kind of relate it and know what's going on, rather than this is what happened then and this is what they did then. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
and
good. That's really.
You want to make sure you find a pastor you like, for sure.
Yeah,
like if you don't like the pastor, just find a different church. Like not everybody's not for everybody. That's why there's different churches. You know. we're all following the same person. So
yeah, that's really good. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any closing thoughts or any last things you want to say? Where can people find you on social media, or if you have a website?
T Gill for days.
Hey.
T Gill, the number 4, and then days. You can find me on anything. But yeah, I mean, no really closing thoughts. I appreciate you having me, and you guys all better watch next week in the Fall Olympics.
You better.
Thanks for having me, though. I had fun.
Thanks for coming on. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee with Tara.